Okay, let's begin. So I hope my screen is visible to you guys. We were doing, okay. So we did polymer in the last class. We did soap and detergents, okay, and we did fertilizers and pesticides. So we had finished with this chapter. Today we will talk about this chapter changes, okay. How do changes take place? Okay, that's your eighth chapter. All right, this is on changes. Now we know that changes are taking place around us every day, right? Like every single day, some or the other change happens around us. My voice is audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Abraham's video has freezed for me, so yes. So changes takes place all around us. Okay. Now, some we easily notice, some we do not. Okay. Now we will talk about changes. Now, some changes takes place in us also, like our nails and hair grow themselves. Some hair fall on their own. Now, leaves of the tree change color with season. Okay. And flowers bloom and then wither away. Sun rises, sun sets. So there are a lot of changes that are taking place. Okay. If you see a balloon, okay, and then burst it, first you see a normal balloon, okay, and then blow in it, it will expand, okay, so its shape changes, this change is happening. And if you take out the air from it, it will again shrink, okay. So change is happening here also. So, and if you like make out of a plain paper, you make a boat, so its form has changed. When you open the paper, it will be like this in shape. So it has changed, okay? So like this, many changes takes place around us, okay? So these are all activities you can try out, okay, to check out the changes. Now, what happens is changes also takes place in the form of solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, for suppose let's take water. When it's cooled down at a very low temperature, it freezes and becomes ice. Okay, and when ice is left at room temperature, what happens to ice? It again becomes water. Okay, if we heat this water strongly, okay, we keep it on flames and it evaporates and becomes steam. Okay, and it evaporates. So this is like the water that its three states, okay? Water changes in water takes place in three states: solid form, liquid form, and gaseous form. Okay, so changes is taking place. Then take a glass of lukewarm milk. Add a teaspoon of curd to warm milk and stir it well. In a few hours, the milk changes to curd. Milk is liquid and slightly sweet in taste. Curd is thick, semi-liquid, and sour in taste. So two types of changes are taking place here. Okay, chemical change and physical change. Change in taste is the chemical change. Okay, when milk is turned to curd, change in taste is there. That is, this is sweet. Okay, slightly sweet, and this is sour. Then this is liquid to semi-liquid. So this sweet to sour change is known as chemical change. Okay? This is known as chemical change, and liquid to semi-liquid when it's like the its property is changing, change in state basically. This is known as physical change. Okay, while this is your chemical change. All right. Then there are innumerable changes, innumerable changes that takes place around us all the day and night. For example, the position of the sun in the sky and the intensity of light changes every moment. Okay, so this is all about changes. Okay, candle has burnt from carbon dioxide. This is a chemical reaction. Okay, two types of changes takes place: chemical changes and physical changes. Then there is this small exercise that you can try out. Okay, then we have different types of changes. Okay, now there are like changes can be classified into a lot of types, okay, such as natural and man-made changes, periodic and non-periodic changes, reversible and irreversible changes, then physical and chemical changes, biological changes, and slow and fast changes. Okay, so this it's classified into six groups, and we're going to talk about all of them. Okay, so first is natural and man-made changes. Okay, now natural changes are those which takes place on their own. Okay, they happen on their own. All right. So it is like we humans do not have to initiate it, okay, for that change to happen, but it changes automatically. Okay, like the trees, okay, like the trees. When there's a tree, okay, in spring it will bloom, it will give flowers, okay, it will give flowers, etc. Okay, but then this is spring, the flowers and trees will be in full bloom. Then when the season of fall comes, okay, when the season of fall comes, what happens? Its leaves they fall away. Okay, leaves fall away, and the leaves first change color, okay, from bright green to some yellowish green, and then to yellow, and then to brown, and then they fall away, okay, in the fall season. So that change is happening. Are we doing it? No, we are not doing it. Okay, we are not taking the tree and taking out its leaves. No, we are not doing it. Okay, it's not from our side, but it happens in itself. Okay, because it's natural. When seasons change, trees and plants also change. Okay, so it's natural. These are known as natural changes. Okay, these are known as natural changes. So now what happens? There's a volcano, okay, and inside the volcano there's lava in stones and rocks and things, okay. So when this erupts, okay, when this erupts and the lava comes out, okay, lava comes out, and then it solidifies after some time. Okay, it solidifies means it becomes solid after some time. So are we going in the volcano and bringing buckets of lava out? No, it's not from human interference. Okay, it happens on its own. This is natural. Okay, this is a natural phenomenon that happens on its own. Look at this image. Okay, and this happens on its own. Similarly, changing phases of the moon, shooting stars in the sky, lunar and solar eclipse, development of chickens inside the egg, falling of fruit from the tree, emanating of fragrance from a flower, pulling your hand as it touches the thorn. These are all natural changes that take place. Okay, self-governed changes. They are also called self-governed changes. Okay. Now, there are some man-made changes also, in which our interference is necessary. Okay. When we initiate something and then it changes, those are known as man-made changes. Okay. Have you ever seen a potter making pots out of clay? This is a spinning machine. This thing is a spinning machine. Okay. And in that spinning machine, they spin it. Okay. It spins, the machine spins. They take wet clay and then with their hands, they shape it. Okay. Wet clay. Okay. This
I've seen
is,
them in videos.
you've seen videos. I've seen videos too, yes. So they take wet clay, then it's spinned in spinning machine.
Ma'am, you're not audible
And
for me. Can anyone else hear her?
am I audible for the others? Abraham and
Now you're
Simran?
audible, ma'am. Now you're audible. Earlier you were
Now I'm
not.
audible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So wet clay, when they take the wet clay and then they shape it with their hands in the on the spinning machine, and then a pot is made, okay, or a vessel is made. So this is a change taking place, okay, from here to here, change is taking place. And who is making it possible? This change, human, okay, the potter is making it possible. So that is why this is known as man-made changes, okay, which do not occur on their own but due to human activities. Okay, these are man-made changes. Example are construction of houses from bricks, stone, lime, etc. Construction of roads, preparation of jaggery and sugar from sugarcane juice, preparation of khoya from milk and sweets from khoya, making roti from dough, blowing up the balloon, making crackers using sulfur and potash. Okay, so these are what humans do. Okay, which humans make. So this change is taking place by human beings. So man-made changes. Then we have periodic and non-periodic changes. Changes which occur after a regular interval of time are called periodic changes. Okay, means they happen after a particular period of time. They are periodic changes. For example, seasons. Okay, rainy season after summer. Okay, first the summer season, then the rainy season. Okay, then the autumn season, winter season. Okay, spring season. So the change of seasons also happens after a particular period of time. Right, we know that May, June, and July, half of July are summer seasons. Then after that, from the end of July to August and to the beginning of September, we have rainy season. Okay, then we have spring, and after that, from November end till January to February first week, I think we have winter seasons. So that is how seasons are taking place after a particular period of time. We know that. So those are known as periodic changes. Okay. Beating of heart by one is also an example of periodic change. Swinging on trees or to and fro motion of a pendulum of a clock are other examples of periodic change. Have you ever seen that wall clock that was ancient, like used to back then it was used. When the clock struck an hour, it used to give a loud sound, like a loud bell sound it used to produce after each hour or after each quarter of the day time, like when it was 3 or 6 or 9 or 12 a.m. or p.m. It used to strike a sound. So that is an example of also an example of periodic change. Okay. Then we have reversible and irreversible changes. Okay. So what is reversible? What's the meaning of reversible? Means which can be reversed back. Okay. For example, suppose my water, I took water, okay, cooled it, okay, cooled it, and then it became what? or froze it, then it became ice. Okay, then this ice, I put it at room temperature, and what will happen? It will again become water. Okay, so those things which once change, okay, change their state, and then we can again change it back to its original state. Those are known as reversible changes. That this kind of change is known as reversible change. Okay, it can be reversed back into its original state. Okay, original form. That is reversible change. But what is irreversible change? Irreversible, which I cannot reverse again. Okay, which I cannot reverse again. That is my irreversible change. Okay, formation of ice. Reversible changes are those changes that can be brought in the initial state by altering the conditions. Okay, initial state means the beginning state. Okay, the first state in which they are. This is the beginning state. Okay, by altering the conditions. By altering the conditions, what happened? Room temperature means we changed the temperature of ice, so it became water. Conditions like temperature, volume, and pressure. Okay, melting of wax to make candles and melting of candle to wax. Now, wax also, wax we take. Okay, it's melt to make candle. Okay, now when you melt a candle, okay, when you melt it, again you will get wax. Again, okay, and then again you can make candle out of the wax, and then again you can melt the candle and make wax. So this is known as reversible change. Okay, then washing of clothes and then drying. Okay, then it can be washed again and then it can be dried again. So reversible change. Then we have irreversible. They cannot be brought back into their original form. Okay, these cannot be brought back into their original form. These changes, which cannot be altered, are known as irreversible changes. Okay, now I have milk and I out of the milk I made curd. Okay, curd I made. So after that curd, can I make milk again with the curd? Can I turn the curd back into milk? No, that is not possible. Okay, so this is why, because it is an irreversible change. It is irreversible. Okay, I cannot reverse this back. So when you're having a raw egg, you boil it to make a boiled egg. Can you make the boiled egg raw egg again? Can you turn the boiled egg into a raw egg? No, we cannot do that. Irreversible change. Okay, and we cannot turn wheat flour back into wheat grains. And we can see seed. Okay, seed. It turns to plant. Plants. But can the grown plants be turned back to seed? No, it's irreversible change. Okay, like we are a baby, and when we grow up, okay, we become a teenager, we are a grown up, okay, adult. So can an adult become a baby? Like by behavior he can, but by an actual physical form, actual state, he cannot. Okay, so irreversible change it is. All right, then we have physical and chemical changes. Okay, let's see what's a physical change. Um, Properties such as shape, size, color, and state of a substance are called its physical properties. Okay, what are physical properties of a substance? Its shape, size, color, and state. Okay, now when a change happens in these physical properties, it's known as a physical change. Okay, a change in which a substance undergoes change in physical properties is called a physical change when there is a change of shape. or size or color or state. It's known as physical change. Okay. It's generally reversible. Physical changes, you can mostly reverse them. Okay. Then some examples. Let's see. Take some ice in a tumbler. Keep the tumbler in a warm place. Ice will melt to form water. Now place the tumbler in refrigerator. Water becomes solid ice once again. This is the change of state of water. Okay, change of state and reversible. Okay, first one. If we cut a paper into four pieces, we cut a paper into four pieces. You can not join the pieces back to make the original piece, but there is no change in the property of the paper. Original material is paper. Paper underwent changes in size only. Okay, this is irreversible, but a physical change. Okay, because change in size happened. Here, change in state happened. Okay, and here, if we see, if we heat up iron, okay, on the gas stove, the iron changes red. Okay, it becomes deep reddish color. Okay, when we remove it from the flame and cool it, it gets back its original color. This is the change of color. Okay, reversible change. This is change of color is reversible. Okay, in this case, change of color, here change of state, and here change of size. These are all physical changes. Okay, physical properties are changing. These are all physical changes. Okay, so can anybody give me another example of a physical change?
Mom, can I?
Yes, Abraham. You are muted, Abraham.
Mom, if I take a crayon and then use it for a long time, it will start to wear off.
It will start to wear off. That will be change in shape and size. Very good. It's a physical change. Okay. Yes. Right. So, anybody else wants to try? Anaya or Sunil?
Ma'am, for physical change, if you put Mentos into Coca-Cola, no, the Coca-Cola will um, it like overflow. So that's also like a physical change only. Nothing really happened to change it completely.
That's right. Nothing really happened. Very good. Okay. So now, chemical change. Yes. I think Coca-Cola and Mentos can also be taken as an example and chemical change also. Okay, so let's see what's chemical change. A change in which one or more substances are formed is called a
My
chemical
internet
change.
was a bit down.
Okay, no problems in here. Yes. So a chemical change is also called a chemical reaction. Okay, a change uh, with which you are quite familiar is the rusting of iron. It's caused by the presence of moisture and oxygen present in the air. This we know. Okay, so this is the rust reaction for rusting. Okay, iron plus oxygen plus water gives rust. Okay, chemical compound is Fe2O3. Okay, this is a rust chemical reaction. Okay, so burning of wax and release of CO2 in the air while a candle burns. Okay, this is also chemical reaction. Then have you seen when we cut fruits and keep them in the air for some time, they become brownish? The surface turns brownish slightly. So this happens, this also happens because they react with the oxygen present in the air. Okay? The gas is present in the air. All right. The fruit reacts with it. So they change their um, color. Okay. Then take some freshly prepared. This is your activity you can try out. Okay, carbon dioxide plus lime water, calcium carbonate plus water. This is also another activity you guys can try out. Okay, when we combine vinegar and baking soda, we will get carbon dioxide plus sodium acetate and water. Okay, here if we are combining carbon dioxide and lime water, we will get calcium carbonate and water. Okay, so chemical changes are very important in our lives. New substances are formed as a result of chemical changes. Metals are extracted from their ores by carrying out a series of chemical changes. Medicine is the end product of a chemical reaction. When we are preparing medicines, also chemical reactions are taking place. Okay, then similarly, plastic soaps and detergents are also produced by chemical reactions. Okay, now in addition to new product, the following may accompany a chemical change. Okay, so when a chemical change is produced, then a chemical change is produced, what happens
Your
along
voice
with
is breaking.
am I audible now? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now chemical reaction takes place. So along with it, some other things are also produced, such as heat. Okay, it could be light, it could be smell, okay, some gas, it could be, or it may be sound. Okay, like we took an example of that when like I explained that we used to pop up so pills and popping sound used to come. I think it was sodium, I think so. Okay, and um sometimes there is heat, okay. Smoke rises, sometimes there is a little spark in it at the end of chemical reaction, that's light, okay. Sometimes smell, okay, smell, very true, happens a lot in the when chemical reactions takes place, the smell changes. Gas can be produced like CO2 can be produced, okay, or any other gas, and sound also. Okay. So see, when we burn coal, wood, leaves, or any other substance, chemical reaction, it is also a chemical change. Okay. Now when burning takes place, it's always accompanied by production of heat. Okay. When burning takes place, heat is produced. Okay. Heat is produced. Then emission of a firework is a chemical change. Okay, it's a chemical change. Now, firework when it takes place, there is a lot of things that are produced. We have heat, we have light, sound, gases. Okay, everything are produced at the end result when firework explosion takes place. Okay, then when food gets boiled, it produces a foul smell. Also a chemical change. Okay, and it produces a foul smell. This is the end result, okay, which also happens along with the chemical change. All right, so till here, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so Simeon, give me an example of a chemical change. Any example of a chemical change?
Mm, I think it's when a candle burns, there is a physical change and a chemical change. The chemical change is the gas that is released, the smell, and the physical change is the wax that's melting.
Okay, very good, Simeon. Well done. both physical change and chemical change is taking place when a candle is burned. Well done. Yes, Abraham.
Ma'am, a chemical change takes place when you burn a matchstick.
Okay. Wow, that's right. So chemical change takes place when you burn a matchstick. Very good. Anaya, wanna say something? Do you wanna give an example of a chemical change?
Um, like when if you're making paneer out of milk, then that's like a chemical change.
Paneer out of milk.
No, that's
I think
actually a
that's a
physical change because it
physical
just
change.
changes its form, but not any chemical substances inside.
Mm-hmm. It's a physical change.
I'm not really sure. I mean, like most of them are listed over here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. No issues. Yeah. So basically, when a thing substance reacts with some air, okay, or another substance with chemical compounds, okay, the reaction is taking place between those compounds, okay, so that and it produces either heat or light or other gases or sound, etc. All right. Yes, Abraham.
Ma'am, another example is when fire touches water, you hear a sizzling sound.
You hear a sizzling sound. Yes, that's a good example. You hear a sizzling sound, right? Okay, then we have biological change. Okay, so there are so many changes that can be carried out by living organism or occur in a living body. Such changes, which are possible by means of living organisms, are known as biological changes. Okay, they are possible by means of living organisms. Okay, or in living organisms, and they are chemical changes also. Suppose development of a plant from seed, development of leaves, flowers, fruits, and the plant's preparation of food by plants using water and minerals, formation of bones, blood, etc. from the food in our body. So these are all biological changes that takes place inside us. Okay, inside the living things, living organisms. Okay, so we will stop here now, and slow and fast changes we will continue um in the next week. Okay, on Monday onwards. All right. So I hope types of changes still here is clear to you. All right. Yes. So let's stop here, and math test paper I'll share. I'll be sharing at 3:45. Okay. All right. We will do math test together having, and Monday we will continue. Okay, math and science.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Abraham.
will we get some time to revise for the maths paper?
It's an easy chapter, Abraham. If you don't revise it, it's okay. Even if like
Ma'am,
you've studied it already, it's okay.
ma'am,
You
can
need
I
to
revise before 3:45?
till 3:45.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can revise till 3:45. Okay, you can
Okay,
revise till
ma'am.
3:45, 3:50. I'll share the paper. Okay, okay, guys. Then see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, now. Bye.
Bye.